So today we're going to head out to a nice place called Bussaco, and it's up on a high hill, and it used to be, in the old days, it was like this pilgrimage site where people would walk up the hill, and there's a cross, a big stone cross at the top with amazing views down below of Luso, which is like a really nice little spa town. And so along the way up Bussaco, uphill, there is a beautiful palace, it's called, which is actually now a hotel. It's called Palacio de Bussaco. And so we're gonna be making a little bit of a video of that. There's also the forest area around it in Bussaco, which is a national forest, you know, that's preserved and protected. And that has some nice old trees, like 100-year-old trees and so on. And it's just really a wonderful ecosystem. And so we're gonna take a drive up there, and we're gonna walk a little ways up to the palace and make a video of that area. So come along and enjoy, join us. There's another old abandoned place up there on the left. Bussaco. Yeah, Bussaco is Luso first, and then Bussaco goes uphill, you know, kind of joins onto it later on. It used to be that people would also come here for the fresh air, people from the cities and stuff. But I don't know about these days, there's so much traffic here in the summer especially. During the tourist season it just gets really busy with traffic. Sometimes I wish they would do what they've done in Venice and just stop traffic from going in. That would be so much nicer, because it, you know, it really doesn't help the air quality when there's so many cars going into this tiny area looking for parking, and you know. Take a right here, and this is where you go into the more interesting part of Luso, which is more the touristy area eventually. Springs here, a place called Termas de Luso. Looks like there's some kind of sport event or something going on here. So these guys look like they're doing some kind of athletic thing, don't they? The guys have just passed us. That many people here since it's January. It's not tourist season yet, which is because for us it's great because we get the nice weather without the tourism too. And you can find places to park. Yeah. garden here, local town garden. You can park there on the left, maybe. So here we are, and we're going to start our walk in a moment. So we're kind of just walking up the hill. We just came from the car. The car is actually parked down there. You can see it on the road. There's Luso, where we just came from. Right over there. It's kind of a nice view. And then we're walking uphill. And we're actually walking over towards the palace, which is then becomes actually Bussaco Palace. There's another really nice old building there, and I'm not sure what that is. Again, there's just no information. But it's, from what I can see, it's not actually lived in. You've got the sun here, which is kind of a bit blinding. And I'm just trying to get a bit of a view of it. Don't know though, I mean, it's got kind of curtains and stuff, so it's got this big kind of almost Gothic looking gate with these overgrown ivy or something all over it. Look at that. You look through the gates, look at that. There's just no information about these places. It's kind of weird. It looks just sort of kind of neglected. I don't even know how old it is or anything. But they don't want you going in there. But look at that beautiful kind of cast iron fence thing. There's some work going on down in the town there. That's what that noise is. So we're walking kind of alongside this amazing property. Just looks pretty neglected in there. Love to know its history. It's just so beautiful. Almost has kind of a Germanic kind of architectural look to it. Big stone wall, probably quite old. It's got those holes on the side. What was that for? No. Not sure. Interesting. There's some other kind of property back there. And that one's actually open. I think this one is some kind of trail, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, look at that. Was this part of a kind of religious thing, building? I mean, what was this? I don't know. Anyway, where does this trail go? Do you remember? Yeah, we'll have to take this trail sometime and find out. A lot of these trails, they just go pretty much to the same place, up to the palace. They just sort of wind around through the woods. Look at that, it's just amazing. better go on this side. The sun's very bright. It's blinding. Here we are, that's one of the old the old buildings here. This is kind of the entrance that goes up towards the Hotel Palace. It was kind of a palace that's now a hotel.
Wow. I wanna believe you. You have to come here. Can you have to come here?
Who's that strange man following me around? Keeps standing there staring at me. Yeah. This is another view. Different parts of Luso here on our way up to the palace. It's kind of a wider view here. You can actually drive in there. It takes you up to a road. Trying to keep the cars out of the film, but and so we are entering the gate here. And this is where people usually pay if they take a car. And going up on the road that leads up to the palace. Such a beautiful day, isn't it? Huh?
It is.
It's just so mild. Birds are singing. It's like spring. Actually, it's kind of like the beginning of summer. So this, I think, is already Bussaco, isn't it? Or it's kind of Luso Bussaco, I'm not sure. It's like sort of merge into each other at some point, and I'm not sure when. Anyway, I think this is part of the forest of Bussaco. Here we go. It's called the Mata Nacional de Bussaco, Bussaco National Forest. And there's a little bit of information there. In English too, I think. Yeah, on the right. And that map there shows where the Palace Hotel is and the trails around it. I mean, it's not exactly very easy to figure out, but you know, there are maps and things you can get here of the trails. But unfortunately, they have this road going up here, and cars do come pretty fast up here, which is a little bit sad. But you don't have to walk on this road to go up there. You can actually go on the trails. There are various trails, including one that goes up to stone steps that we showed earlier in the video. That will eventually take you there. And actually there are some pretty old trees here and historic buildings, because this used to be like a sort of pilgrimage route where people would walk from down Luso and even before Luso, and they would walk all the way up here, up to the top of the Bussaco hill, to the cross. There's a big cross up there, and that was the pilgrimage thing. But this whole pilgrimage thing goes back hundreds of years, maybe even more, even pre-Christian. But it's just easier to find information here about the more recent history than really, really ancient stuff. So we're just going to keep walking up here for a few minutes, and then we will get back here on the video as soon as we find something else, because this is going to take quite a while. Here are some kind of wooden marker signs that tell you where all these places of interest are. Okay, that one to the left says the convent. There's actually an old convent up here. I don't remember what century it's from, 1400s or something? I don't remember exactly though. So the convent is up there. Loja de Mata, that's the shop. That's the forest shop. And then there's the rest of the, you know, the forest up there. And then this way is just different places, including a fountain, Font Fria. There's a fountain, spring. So there you go. So you can actually walk that way if you want. But we're going to continue on the road and go this way. It's quite a long walk. How long is it? Do you remember? About an hour to the palace? Maybe a little bit less than that. 3/4 of an hour or something if you go on this road. The trails probably even take longer. But I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm going to have to time it sometime. But it's well worth it. It's really nice, especially if you take the trails. We'll make a separate video at some point to show the trails. Walk along the trails. All right. Some more of those little signs. Jardins, that means gardens. Casa dos Lapos, I'm not sure what that is, but it means house of something. And then the Palace Hotel is up here. And then there are two little places that go in there, and I don't know what those are. But some of these are just the old houses that have been kind of, you know, just left there with nobody living in them anymore. Old historic houses. They're just interesting buildings. Well, we've kind of reached another little area that's closer to the palace in Bussaco. And there's another paving their booth for people who are driving in. So you can drive in if you don't want to walk. And there's another one of the old houses that was originally built here for, I suspect it was for the people working here on the land, you know, in the forestry. And I think now it's for rent, for tourists or something, but I'm not sure. Anyway, there's another sign there. Sign for the Bussaco Hotel. And that goes down here, goes to one of the springs, fountains. Here's a little map. You can see that, I'm not sure. Not very clear, is it? Sun is kind of blocking it, and there's also a reflection from the glass or plastic in the front. Anyway, these are all numbered, all these locations on the map, but you can't see them very clearly on the video, so. Another trail here. There's another one of those big gates over there. Where does that go then? That's just round the other way to the palace? Yeah. We're still on the trail, and this is just kind of a really nice part of it. It starts to get nicer and nicer because the trees get older and taller. There's even an old bus stop sign here. I wonder if the bus still stops here. Anyway, this is kind of nice. They did have some high winds here Actually, they do on quite a regular basis, and some of the old trees were knocked down, sadly. But I think they do replant. Some nice little picnic areas. You can, stop here and drive up if you want, or walk and have a nice little picnic. Anyway, this is called Font Fria, cold fountain, and it's actually quite beautiful if you look at some of the pictures here. There's also a little pond here with ducks, you can hear them. Let's take a look down there. This is also a little picnic area, which is nice because it's very shady, and so in the summer it's nice and cool, away from the heat. And beautiful trees. There are oaks, chestnuts, cedars. Which is nice because you don't find too many old trees anymore in Portugal, because most of it's just been given over. Most of the land's been given over to forestry. So it's only in some of these nature reserves where you can still find old trees. There's a little garden area over there. There's the picnic place. It looks like they're doing some work here before the tourist season. And here's the sweet little lake where the ducks are. I think there's some people working here. Anyway, it's a lovely place to have a picnic. And you can see here. There they are. Look at that. Well, they're happy here, aren't they? Nice little waterfall thing here. And you can walk all the way around the pond. And this is the Font Fria, the cold fountain. You can actually walk all the way up to the top. There's quite a lot of people here, so we have to close the video down for a bit. They're in their way. You can see this, it's just beautiful. I'm not sure how old this is. There's some information here. There you go. Okay, it was constructed in 1881. Of course, this was the time when you had a lot of the wealthy people coming here, for their vacations and their holidays in beautiful natural areas and their vacation homes in Luso. And they come here because of the incredible waters. It's just really magical. And I believe this was also this was part of the pilgrimage thing where people would walk up here. Yeah, here we go. Here's the information. Okay, just get a little closer so you can read it, rather than trying to explain it. I've heard of people just walking up here or even trying to go on their knees or something as some kind of Catholic pilgrimage thing. Must have been incredibly hard. Look at the roots of this tree, they're amazing. This is pretty old. Amazing. Really nice place for a little picnic. There's a little house here. Look at this tiny house with little seats inside. I think this is supposed to be a little kids area, but I'm not sure. This little house with seats. Anyway, it's really a very beautiful healing place. It's one of my favorite places in this central part of Portugal. I just wish it was better maintained. But it's getting a little bit better. They're putting more effort into taking care of it. And here's just some information on the vegetation here. What's that one by? That's on the wildlife. This is really faded. I can't really. And there are javali wild boars here. Okay. Nice lilies and things. And there's this area. This has got some of those tree ferns, I believe they are. They made this little, I don't know, what do you call this? Aqueduct? I don't know what this is called. This little area here, they made this quite recently to keep the water off the trail. Which is actually a good idea. There are the lilies. It's already starting to flower. Tree ferns. It's just a little trail that's lined with the tree ferns, and it keeps going alongside the road, which is just kind of up there on the left. So we're still headed towards the hotel palace. Nice place for taking pictures, isn't it? There used to be quite a lot of rhododendrons here. I wonder if they cut them back because they were getting a little too invasive. It looks like they did. Look at that. No, actually, that could be, I don't know. That could be the wild pigs, the boars, I'm not sure. There's still a few rhododendrons around. I think they have to keep cutting them back. Yeah, there's still a few here. Because they spread like crazy. Look at that tree up there. It's so straight and tall, isn't it? That one's straight ahead. What is it? Some kind of pine, isn't it? Yeah. We're going to go and see, I think it's a 100-year-old eucalyptus tree that's right over here. It's really cool. Now, I think a part of it's actually been knocked down by the storm and high winds, but it's still alive. It must grow really fast because this is huge for just 100 years old. 100-year-old tree, that's really quite big. There you go. And there it is. Isn't that lovely? And here's some information about it, guys, if you want to get that. So, oh, it's 136 years. 136 years old. It's amazing. You go up here so you can get an idea of the scale. There's a little spring there. It's 136 years old. It must grow really fast. When I first saw it, I thought it was like hundreds of years old. Look at it. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. It's almost like a redwood tree. Well, not as big, but amazing. I'm 5'9". Do the math. You get the top. So you're telling me that okay, so in 2016 that was 136 years old, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 143 now. Okay. Wow. Still not very old. Anyway. It's not the oldest tree here. There's another one, a different kind. I don't remember if it's a cypress or something. It's actually older than this. Alright, so we're going back up onto the road. Oh, yeah, look. So these are actually sequoias. These trees, these are sequoias. And here's some information about them. They are the California redwood. Interesting. So in actual fact, this redwood here is the California redwood, sequoia. And it is older than that huge eucalyptus. How old was this? 150, what was it? 53? Okay, it's 153 years old. So definitely takes longer to get big, to grow. It's not as big as the eucalyptus. Nah, this one's older. I wonder how old this one is. This probably doesn't have a date on it. So there's a few of the sequoias around here, it seems. This is kind of a, like a little waterfall area or something. Let's go up here. know if there's much to see here. No, I think it's just kind of, they've made that weird structure there. Okay, we're finally up here. We're coming up to the Bussaco Palace Hotel. This is all part of it. Plus, there's actually a old convent here. This is what's left of the old convent. I believe the palace was built on what used to be part of the old convent. And now this area here, where the cross is, that's what's left of it. It is open to the public, but we're not going to go in it now. We're just going to take a look at the palace and garden area on the outside. Alright, let's see, which way should we go? The garden's to the right here, and then to the left it goes round to the palace. Already a lot of visitors here. Also a lot of workers, a lot of people working. Seems to be something going on. Maybe a wedding reception? I don't know. Who knows? Okay, let's go into this. There's not much to see in the gardens right now. You can just get an idea of the layout. But it's, you know, it's not the right time of year. Vegetation, plants, flowers, bloom. So here you can see incredible architecture of the palace itself, hotel. Look at that kind of weather thing at the top, whatever that is. Looks like there's some kind of event here today. I don't know what it is. Maybe some kind of wedding thing. It's got this, I don't know, almost like a little maze kind of thing. So yeah, it looks like they're filming over there as well. I don't know what they're doing, a documentary perhaps or something. I'll go over here. This is so beautiful in the summer. I mean, it's just amazing. But I will say that they probably have a shortage of staff or something, because it's quite often not maintained as well as it should be. You know, the garden area. It was just really just a, I don't know, I guess just built by a wealthy family. They're doing something over there, aren't they? They're filming something, huh? And there's this nice little waterfall thing here, feature. But there doesn't seem to be much water coming out of it now. It only gets water running down when it's been raining quite a lot. There's something about the amphibians here. And there's a little pond up there. You can hear the ducks kind of at the top. And this is nice. So yeah, here it is. Just look at the detail of this. I mean, there's just so much, you know, beauty. Look at the detail of this place. It's amazing, isn't it? It's kind of Gothic. It's even got gargoyles on the sides and things like that. Let's take a closer look. Okay, we're up here where the wisterias grow. Kind of nice area of the garden. Here's the top part of that, where that little, you know, that little water feature thing was. At the top here, where the ducks are. Just sweet. Lovely. It's actually getting quite late now. It must be about 5 o'clock. And we're going to head back here towards the palace before it gets too late. Okay, we're going to walk around here. Instead of walking right past those people who are probably filming some TV thing, we're just going to walk around here. We'll probably see ourselves on TV later in the background here. We don't watch TV, so we'll never know. Anyway, I wonder how much of this was already here, you know, before the actual palace was built. You can hear running water over there in between those two boulders. To those steps. There's a lot to see here. We're not going to be able to cover all of it. See, you go up to those steps and all kinds of nice things, old things. So imagine this covered in wisteria flowers in the summer. It's just really quite charming. See, that looks like part of the ruins of something there. An old part of the, you know, the religious buildings that were here. That's quite nice. Look at that tree there. It's lovely. All right, we're actually going to walk to the other side of the palace through the wisteria frame. It does look like some kind of little old religious building, doesn't it? With that arched kind of doorway up there. Look at that, little benches. I'd be a bit worried about that wall crumbling down, to be honest. So here you can get views of the kind of little maze thing down there. Where we were. This is such an underrated place, you know, you just don't hear much about it, but it really is quite stunning. I mean, look at that tiny door there. What's that for? I don't know. It's really tiny though. It's like, see my... Anyway. Must be some kind of crawl space or something. So you can see the details and the features. You see the gargoyles up there. Look at that. It's stunning, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Must have taken a long time to build. I wonder if they're actually making a film here or something. Anyway, it's kind of a parking area here in front of it. And there are some beautiful tiles here that depict, oh, Poseidon, god of the ocean, right there. That's nice. That's in the traditional azulejo painted tile, which is typical of some of the original art here in Portugal. There's quite a few of them. There's someone sitting there, so I'm not going to stop and film everything. And here's another one right here. This shows some of the historic things. And they're actually They've got some big event going on in there too, which is probably part of this whole thing they're filming. So I'm not gonna stand here filming in the windows too much. Okay, I'm gonna go down this way and look at that. You can see the tile there, and look at that, it's just so amazing. Some of the tile art is part of the discoveries. Some of it is mythological, some of it's religious, Catholic. Look at the angel up there. Amazing. And there's more gardens around here. Parking, and then there's more gardens down there as well. That gargoyle way up top there, you see that's those sticking out up there? There's a gargoyle type things protecting the palace. See them, Bob? Up there? Yeah. Okay, we can't actually go inside, but here's a baobab tree here. Oh, okay. He wanted me to get a picture of the angel there. Okay. Look at that. Imagine the building of that. It's incredible. And that's like a separate building over there altogether. Sort of joined onto it. And anyway, here is, I think this is a baobab tree. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. But look at that. That's actually quite old, I think. Is it a baobab? Yeah, I believe it is. I don't want to get down there right now, but anyway. Yeah, it's amazing. Look at that trunk. It's pretty old. Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, we came down here to look at the, what it says here. Is it a baobab? I don't know, maybe it isn't. Okay, anyway, yeah. So it's not a baobab tree, I don't know. I thought it was.
Australian.
Yeah, it's Australian. Bidwillie. Amazing, look at that.
Banyan. Pine.
It's a type of banyan. Banyan? Is it?
Yes.
Anyway, whatever name humans choose to give it, it is absolutely beautiful.
Very spiky.
Looks like it's got nipples or something.
It's very spiky.
Huh? It's kind of spiky too, yeah. Yeah, look at that. Spiky leaves kind of thing. So there's some kind of Catholic shrine-y kind of thing up there. I don't know what this house is for. Perhaps it's for people when they're working here. Yeah, it looks like it is. It looks like they've built something new down here from the last time we were here. I'm not sure. That says something. What does it say? Something educational of Bussaco National something. I'm not sure what it is. I was kind of more hoping that they would put more gardens here. Anyway. A lot of machinery, there's a lot of workers here now. And this is a really sweet little lovers shrine kind of thing, I think. There might be a bit of information here. Looks like it's quite old. And you walk in and you can sit here Scratched by a twig. And look at this. And you get views, like views of that gorgeous tree there. Pine, some kind of pine. See there? That's quite old. Little seats here. Do a wide angle view of this. Yeah, it's easier to film it when you do the wide angle. Look at that up there. It's nice. Anyway, you can come and sit here and just find a little bit of peace and quiet. Here's more of a wide angle view of the palace. One side of the palace with this other building joined onto it, which I don't think is part of it. I think it's just used for something else. There's a visitor center, there's a shop over there. It sells your usual kind of touristy things. There's toilets here. I think they're over there as well. There's a phone, payphone. And this is where the little coffee shop thing is. Yeah, that's the coffee shop. It's kind of small. I don't know why they haven't done something a little more interesting. Like inside the pink building would have been nice. They've even got a little English old post box. Look at this, a little old postal box from England. Nice. Okay. Okay, there's a shop. Here's some information about buses or something. And this is 2024 now, so I'm guessing, hoping that that's up to date. Okay, so anyway, next time we come here, we're gonna let's see. Next time we come here, we're gonna try and make it to into the chapel itself, which is just small, but it's actually very old, a few hundred years old. What? This? I should film the weird-looking wooden snails over here.
Okay, so that's it for now. So
here we go. Looks like they're seats for kids or something.
Bussaco Palace.
Definitely not
And
old.
there's actually a higher area that you can go, and that's called the Cruz Alta.
All right.
Cruz Alta, which means the high cross, and that's where
I thought there was a payphone thing there. Isn't it some kind of
religious thing is
ticket thing?
where
Isn't
people
it?
will go, walk.
I don't know what it is.
Trails,
Let's see what this is here. I'm curious now.
So the palace.
I thought it was some kind of. Oh, of course, it's out of
along the
service.
way.
Some kind of weird
One of the
ticket thing. I'm not sure what it's for.
Historic pieces. So anyway, we're going to walk back down now to Luso, and thank you for
It's
joining
kind
us
of
on our
usual
walk around
touristy
Luso
stuff.
and Bussaco. And we're going to add more videos of this area.
I know
as
some
we
people
go.
like to have a lot of these touristy things, but I prefer just for myself, I just prefer going to somewhere natural and then just enjoying it for the way it is, making as little changes as possible except to repair things and to take care of the gardens and so on. So that's it. We're going to start heading back down towards the car now.